Wait. 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 Hello, and welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for Friday, November 10th. I'm Nick Scarpino. With me today is the venerable, the sensitive, the beautiful Andy Cortez. Andy,
that's a lot of adjectives right there.
Well, you're a lot of things. You're a lot of man.
Thanks, dude.
When it comes to man meat, you're fully packed.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I am back. Tim and I were in LA yesterday doing some really fun things that you guys, I'm sure, saw on Twitter. We were shooting a Disney Emoji Blitz commercial. They chose us to be in it because they have a great sense of humor. That is true. So we're going to have a lot of fun stuff to talk about.
Everybody
that
said
some
no,
point.
right?
What's that?
Everybody else said no.
They were basically like, we're down to the wire.
They're like bottom of the
we
barrel.
We have to have you two.
Who the fuck else can we get?
We have to pour both of you into spandex and hope to God that you don't burst out in front of the kids. Those kids. Let me think here. Let me look at the chat real quick. While we're at
I got chat right here, man.
There you go. If you didn't know, of course, the Kind of Funny Morning Show comes to you each and every day, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, West Coast, Best Coast, bringing you all the nerdy news you need to know, as well as some fun, witty banter. We have a lot of ups, we have a lot of downs. We laugh, we cry, we do all sorts of fun things here live.
It's an emotional roller coaster, but we're along for the ride, you know?
We are here for the ride. We're strapped in.
Mm-hmm. So strap in.
So strap in and strap on. If you guys don't feel like watching this, being part of the chat like so many of you are, of course, we post this to YouTube every day and podcast services around the world. It is super, super, super fun. Today's episode of the Kind of Funny Morning Show is brought to you by kindoffunny.com/store. That's where you can get these two t-shirts if you want. It's actually the same t-shirt.
No, they're different.
Are they?
These are different.
Yours is a medium, mine's a big boy large.
No, there's more pixel density in this one.
Is there?
So it's called the HD version.
Oh, there's an HD version of the shirt? That's cool. Where do I find that?
4K UHD standard.
Can I find both of those on kindoffunny.com/store?
No, you can only find the non-HD one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should have said the HD one, because that's the coolest one.
HD and then 4K UHD.
Yeah, there's a 4K UHD HDR.
I'm just kind of stretching my back if you don't mind, dude.
No, I'm cool with that, man. I'm totally cool with that. Coming up on the show today, of course, we're talking about another Star Wars trilogy. The possibility of that is exciting. Trading James Bond for Dune, and Louis C.K. finally speaks out. Has given a statement on some of the things that he's been doing
out there, man.
With his hand and with his phallus. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what's going on with that. A couple quick reminders before we get into the news. Extra Life continues to roll on. Greg, Joey, and Jen will be joining Irrational Passions in Maryland this weekend. I'm assuming we have a schedule somewhere up on that. If not, follow Greg because he tweets incessantly and he will tell you what's going on with that.
More like Balta less. Just kidding. I offended Cisco with that Balta less joke earlier.
Yeah, we all saw that on Twitter. The thing is, if you're going to do a joke, don't tweet it first. Do it and then tweet it.
I didn't tweet it. No.
I saw your response. It said Balta less.
Yeah, it was in the morning. I did it in the morning show. Because they were like, they're going out to go visit Irrational Passions in Baltimore, Maryland. And I was like, more like Balta less. And I was like, fuck those losers at Irrational Passions, but I really love them all because they're my friends.
They're assholes.
And then I didn't think about the fallout. I didn't think about the residual effects that would happen from other people, other occupants of Baltimore, like Ray Lewis, like Cisco. Ed Reed.
The thing is this, whenever you're making decisions, and I want everyone out there to know this, hear my words, heed my warning. Whenever you're making decisions, always, never forget Cisco. Keep Cisco in mind. Okay?
See, I just didn't, and I fucked up.
My thing is, I go to Starbucks every morning, right? I think to myself, should I get a venti iced coffee or a Trenta iced coffee? And then I think, what would Cisco do?
Edward Norton.
WWSD.
Montel Williams.
All of them live in Edward Norton lives in Baltimore?
Mike Rowe.
None of these people matter to me as much as Cisco.
Tony Braxton.
Stop saying names unless they're Cisco the Dragon.
Julie Bowen from Family Matters. All in the Family. Nope. Family Ties. What's a family fucking show? Modern Family.
Oh, you're an asshole. You are an asshole. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder, if you later in the show, we will be reading tips. Cue those up. We will read tips at the $5 or above level or 700 bits.
JC Chazé.
Whatever that means.
700 bits?
JC Chazé?
JC Chazé is from Baltimore. So I offended him too. I made a grave mistake yesterday.
First off, you can't offend JC Chazé. He's unoffendable. He's an amazing human being. Unlike Joey Fatone, who I think...
Oh, man.
Might be dead.
Benji and Joel Madden from Good Charlotte. Genuine.
Oh, Genuine's from Baltimore?
Fuck.
What I love is that Genuine and Cisco are actually genuine friends. See what I did there?
No.
Oh, Friends. Like the TV show.
I hate you so much. I hate you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. That's pretty much it for housekeeping. Kevin, we're going to go into some news stories real quick, so stop screwing around over there with your computer. Before we do that, we have to introduce probably was the pivotal section of the show. It's become probably the number one thing asked for by people. Here is your.
It's been the number one segment. Yeah.
This is the number one segment. All sorts of sports in 15 seconds.
We're doing that right now.
Mr. Andy Cortez.
Wait,
you have 15 seconds to let us know what's going. What are you going to ESPN?
Fuck. Hold on.
And go.
Hold on.
Seconds.
The page isn't loading. Oh my god.
Well, he's wasting them.
Oh jeez. Hold on. The page isn't
10
loading.
seconds.
The Cavaliers lost. The Cavaliers are pretty shitty. Oh shit. The Lakers lost again. Lonzo Ball still doesn't know how to shoot.
That's it. That's your sports for today, ladies and gentlemen. Proving once again sports are not important when it comes to entertainment.
The Thunder are bad too. They thought they're gonna have
the Thunder.
The Oklahoma City Thunder. So they got Carmelo Anthony this year, along with
You're just eating
Paul
into
George.
Monday's time. I want you to know.
They got Carmelo Anthony and Paul George. They're like, oh, we're gonna be on top of the world, and they fucking suck, and it's hilarious, dude. There's just one guy on Twitter who was like, Thunder are gonna beat the Spurs in the playoffs. Like, motherfucker, you may not even make the playoffs, dog. At this rate, you know what I'm saying? He's been silent this whole time. Where the fuck is he at? Where is he at? You know what I'm saying?
So go Spurs.
Go Spurs, man.
All right.
I mean, they're not great
you,
right
Lakers
now.
head.
No, we're not talking shit to Lakers
We're not
fans.
taking a shot to Lakers head.
No, he's a Lakers fan.
Yeah, well, fuck, you said go Spurs. So by the nature and virtue of that, when you say go Spurs, it means fuck every other
Lakers
team,
shed.
Right?
That's what
once you shed your bad
tendencies.
Lakers shed.
Yeah.
Is he in the chat today? I haven't seen him yet.
Probably, most likely.
Probably is.
Yeah, the Rockets beat the Cavs. Oh, I said the Cavs lost. So yeah, the Rockets are really good. They've been good for the last few years.
Well, go Spurs.
Yeah.
All right, go Spurs, go Giants, go Lakers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for sports, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for following that. Now let's go into some news people actually give a shit about. Just like this first news story. This broke yesterday, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it on the show. But it does definitely warrant us going over it a little bit. Rian Johnson, writer-director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, to create all-new Star Wars trilogy. Hold your slow clap, because I have some thoughts on this. For director Rian Johnson, Star Wars The Last Jedi was just the beginning of his journey to a galaxy far, far away. Lucasfilm is excited to announce that Johnson will create a brand new Star Wars trilogy, the first of which is also set to write. He's also set to write and direct, with longtime collaborator Ram Bergman on board to produce. As writer-director of The Last Jedi, Johnson conceived and realized a powerful film of which Lucasfilm and Disney are immensely proud. In shepherding this new trilogy, which is separate from the episodic Skywalker saga, Johnson will introduce new characters from a corner of the galaxy that Star Wars lore has never before explored. Quote, "We all love working with Rian in The Last Jedi," said Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm. "He's a creative force, and watching him craft The Last Jedi from start to finish was one of the great joys of my career. Rian will do amazing things with the blank canvas of this new trilogy." She goes on to say, "We had the time of our lives collaborating with Lucasfilm and Disney on The Last Jedi." I'm sorry, Johnson says. Johnson and Bergman said it in the joint statement. "Star Wars is the greatest modern mythology, and we feel very lucky to have contributed to it. We can't wait to continue with this new series of films." Of course, Johnson's upcoming Star Wars The Last Jedi arrives in U.S. theaters on December 15th, 2017. Here's my thing about this.
Here's your thing.
It's a lot of Star Wars. Now, I'm not complaining, because as a child of the 80s, I grew up wanting more Star Wars, and then we had to wait 20 years, and we were given that just abysmal Phantom Menace film. That was the first thing that we had.
Sebulba, man.
Right. Sebulba.
Mi casa no pasa, Slimon.
I waited forever. We got Sebulba, we got pod racing, and we got Boba.
Sebulba the Fett.
We got Boba Fett, and we got Metachlorians. That's what we got.
Darth Maul.
We did get Darth Maul. That was the only counterbalance.
Short-lived.
Wasn't enough. Well,
fantastic.
Yeah, it got cut in half. So as a child of the 80s who was always clamoring for more Star Wars, I live in an era right now that I never thought I would live in, where we actually are not only getting a Star Wars movie every year, but a good Star Wars movie every year, which is fantastic. But how much is too much, right? Because there was a time with Marvel where I was like, oh my God, all these shows on Netflix are great. And now I'm like, I don't want to watch any more Marvel shows. There's like an X-Men show now on TV. Did you know about this?
The Gifted?
Yeah, it's Fox, so who cares?
The Gifted.
But there was also the other Legion, wasn't there?
Nobody
Legion.
cares
That's
about
the one
Fox
everyone cares.
products.
But
I
this is what I'm
thought a
saying.
lot of people liked Legion.
A lot of
Yeah,
people like
maybe,
Legion.
but we don't care about it.
But this is what I'm saying, like, I just don't want them to overdo Star Wars. It's like, the more you have of something, the less special it gets. For instance, I don't eat a lot of carbohydrates. You know this, unless it's Extra Life or Sundays. But when I get pizza, it's great. But if I eat pizza 5 days in a row, I don't care how good that pizza is. I start feeling like, maybe I should do something else other than pizza. It's the same conundrum. The pizza conundrum is the Star Wars conundrum. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. To me,
you're an
we're
asshole.
not getting enough Star Wars.
Really?
I mean, no, we are. But like, this is great news to me. We're getting more of things that I love, and it's fucking fantastic.
And
like
it doesn't have to be tied with the Skywalker.
But that's my other question, right?
This is going to be a totally different trilogy.
So here-
2,000 years in the past.
Here's the thing but here's my question for you. Is Star Wars as fun without Jedis? I think they have to have Jedis in the new trilogy, right? You have to have the Jedi Order.
Who said they wouldn't have?
Yeah, I don't think.
That's one of my questions. Because I look at Rogue One that didn't have any, didn't really focus on the Jedi, and the
Rogue One
best
might
part
be
of
my
it.
favorite Star Wars movie of all time.
No.
I shit you not.
Well,
The movie was perfect.
you have poor taste.
No, I don't.
It's not your fault.
Oh, okay.
It's not your fault. It's
not
just
your fault.
Maybe it's an upbringing. It's not your fault. What did you use, Jesse Pinkman?
Yeah, you have this. Hold on. There we go. I just had to reorient it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So my hope is that yes, they do something that's not. I mean, obviously they won't do the Luke Skywalker saga because there's so many times you can use Mark Hamill before he kicks the bucket. But
Christ.
well,
Oh, I don't know why I
circle of
thought
life.
Mark Wahlberg. I was like, what the fuck are you talking
It'd be
about?
amazing if Mark Wahlberg was like, hey, do you guys want to
God.
see some Star Wars?
Why did I do
hey,
this?
are there wars in the stars?
Kevin,
hey,
I'm sorry.
You know what we should call this? We should call it Star Wars. Hey, is that a lightsaber? Can I pick clear for my lightsaber? Can my lightsaber be clear? Just like the glistening sweat on my biceps? Wouldn't that be great? Hey, I'm Mark Wahlberg. I'm from Boston or Chicago. I can't remember. Where is he from?
He's from Boston, yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's diehard Boston, yeah.
Is he a Boston guy?
I can't remember.
Well, no one knows. They're the same place as far as I'm concerned. I think they got to have Jedis. I think they got to set it in a different universe. And I like
Jedi.
the Jedi.
I have to have Jedi.
Is Jedi the plural of Jedi? Mm-hmm. Like goose and
I hate
geese?
when people correct people about that.
I hate when people get mad about me correcting people over Jedi and Jedis.
No, you fucking love it. We both know you love that.
I'm just saying, tread lightly. Because I love
Breaking
Star
Bad
Wars,
quote.
but I don't need that much Star Wars.
Here's the only reason I don't want more
I like
Star Wars.
Star Wars and carbs are the exact same in my book.
This is the only reason I don't want more Star Wars.
Wow.
It might pull Gary Whitta away from us.
Maybe.
He might be attracted to the Force.
It'd be
to
amazing
the
if they
dark
brought
side.
Gary back.
He needs to do.
We should call up Ryan Johnson like, Ryan, you gotta work with Gary. You gotta stop screwing around with all your other writers and work with Gary.
But what if it takes him away from us?
That's fine.
So be it. It's for the best of Star Wars.
It is for the best of Star Wars. Kevin,
Yo.
let's go on to the next news story.
Okay.
In another crushing blow, Denis Villeneuve, of course, the famous director of Sicario, Blade Runner, and a lot of other great movies, Prisoners, will not be directing Bond 25 because he's busy making Dune instead. What a baller-ass thing to be able to say.
Just like, nah, dog.
Sorry, I can't direct your Bond movie. I'm making Dune.
Yeah.
I'm remaking Dune. By remaking, I mean making Dune, because that first movie was not very good.
I don't remember Dune. Dune is like a movie that I saw at my uncle Junior's house.
You got Kyle MacLachlan. You got Sting. You got some other people I can't remember. Okay. It's on a planet, right?
Right.
Called Arrakis, I believe is what the planet was called.
Arrakis.
I think that's what the planet was
You've
called.
read the books.
Dude, I read the books a long time ago.
I would love for this to be an Instagram Stories premium vlog series where you are describing the story of Dune to Cool Greg.
The story of Dune is very simple. It's actually very similar to like kind of a Game of Thrones-esque story. Mm-hmm. It's about this kid whose dad goes to take care of the spice planet. That they have this spice that is basically like this drug that the whole fucking universe runs off of. And this planet is the one place they can get it. And there's a war being waged between the galaxy government or whatever and the people of like the tribes people of Dune. And basically, the dad gets killed right off the bat. The kid has to go,
dude.
and then it's about following the kid's journey as he grows up and takes
always the dad that
and
dies,
unites
huh?
the tribe, and then comes and attacks and takes over and retakes Dune. I have not read past the first one because there's like multiple books in the series, but I can say I remember reading it and thinking this is amazing. Why didn't I read this earlier in my life? It's very long now, but it's very well done. The spice turns your eyes blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
fucking
Like
cool.
White Walkers.
But they have this cool thing that where they because they live in the desert, they have to utilize every bit. Like water is the most important commodity to them, so they have to wear these suits that doesn't allow any of their water to escape their body. Like it recycles all of it. So they have this like when they pee, it just goes in and like they can drink it. It's cool. And they put masks on so because your breath, when you breathe, like
Little mist.
moisture comes out.
Yeah.
They want to recirculate that. It's pretty cool.
Smart.
Pretty cool.
That's neat.
Also, there's
That's
these
a cool
gigantic
concept.
fucking
Sandworms.
Sandworms and they ride them. If you like, in order to become a man, you have to ride one.
It's like the Bolduga or whatever the fuck it's called in Breath of the Wild.
Some people, sometimes what I like to do is I like to say all this stuff, not look at the chat. And then I look at the chat,
And
and about 5
everybody's
seconds later, it's
correcting
like,
you.
you are so fucking wrong about all of these things. But yeah. Steve-O Matic85 says Twin Peaks is greater than Dune. No. You're just talking about, as far as a Kyle MacLachlan. Is it McLaughlin or McLaughlin?
Sarah McLaughlin.
Kyle MacLachlan?
McLaughlin. If you say it a lot, it just sounds weird. McLaughlin.
You're just saying that because
McLaughlin.
Kyle MacLachlan was more featured in Twin Peaks, but I actually don't remember watching the Dune movie. I think I watched it once when I was a kid, and it freaked me the fuck out.
Right.
If you want a fascinating documentary that's kind of an ancillary tale to the Dune mythology, watch Jodorowsky's Dune, which is a documentary about when they tried to make that movie the first time, and it's a great documentary.
When you say the Dune movie, are you talking about the sci-fi?
S Y F I.
On sci-fi?
No, they made a movie in the 80s.
Oh,
Okay,
see, I'm
alright.
thinking
About
about
Dune. It was
the
a-
The
sci-fi
sci-fi
thing.
one.
Oh
the
no,
sci-fi
yeah,
movie's cool.
did they make another one?
It's like a mini series. I think it's like, I want to say 6 episodes.
Oh, that's see the thing about Dune is
Yeah.
I've always said this. Dune would be way better as a series on HBO because there's so many books.
Aren't they doing that?
No, I think he's.
I could have sworn they were making like a Netflix Dune.
No, but people always say that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't
maybe
know.
that's
He's.
what I'm thinking.
I mean, the story reads that he's busy with Dune. I don't know what he's doing with Dune. I assume he's making it into a movie or a movie franchise. It needs to be multiple. It needs to be episodic or multiple movies because in order to tell that first story, like that first story, the first book of Dune would make an awesome 8 episode arc on Netflix or HBO. It would be awesome.
I really think that like Netflix or HBO is the place to go with something like that because movies you have to condense too much or you have to commit too much, like Harry Potter did with the 8 movies that it ended up making.
First off,
And they had to cut
Bite.
a whole.
your tongue.
Okay.
Sir, those movies are perfect, and I can't watch them without having some level of like anxiety and stress at how emotional they get.
Look, I'm in the same boat as you. I love those movies.
God, we look like dorks. Don't ever wear the same fucking shirt as me again.
Or only ever wear the
Here's a
same.
non
Why does your
sequitur.
hands smell so good?
Stop.
Does it?
Don't. No, Nick.
Yeah, it
Stop.
smells good.
Hand soap.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do I have that hands?
Do I have that hand soap? Is what he said.
Here's a right turn for you. You mentioned watching the documentary about the book or about the movie or whatever. Are we on Monday going to go see The Room at the Draft House?
I'm down.
I probably won't.
Why?
Fuck, why? You need
I
to,
got shit I gotta do on
you
Monday.
need to see the movie before we see the Stranger Things. What's it called?
Oh, you
Land
want to see
Before Time.
The Room?
So
Yeah.
Draft House is showing The Room at Draft House.
Oh, the original, not
for
the
like
disaster
$5.
artist.
So
No, not the
Draft
Disaster
House-
Artist.
Draft House
Interesting.
is showing.
Well, the thing is, the
The
Clay
Room.
Theater by
At
me,
the Draft House.
At the
the
Draft-
Clay
Yeah,
Theater
that's what
by
I
me,
said.
I think shows The Room once a week. Like they've been showing that movie for fucking ever. But I'll go see it. What time does it start?
I don't know. Joey put
Let's
it
see
in
a late,
Slack.
late showing.
Well, no, I think
No,
it's
I
just
think
like
it's
a
just the
one-time
one.
thing.
I'm
Write that
looking
shit on
into
fucking
it.
Amazon.
But you're not gonna watch it.
I'll fucking watch it. I'll watch it at 2 o'clock in the morning when I
Nick,
want to watch it.
he's actually right. You're not gonna watch it.
Next story.
The Indie Boy says Clerks. Nick, Clerks is greater than Twin Peaks. Yeah, I will agree with that. I'm not even joking around. Clerks is just much more. Twin Peaks was weird.
Wait, what does that mean? You're not even joking around.
Before
here
we
we
were
go.
talking about Lord of the Rings being a lesser movie than Clerks. I was
Uh-huh.
kind of joking that.
No, you weren't.
I was like, oh, I'm not serious. I was serious.
Okay, well, I'm confused. Were you serious or were you?
I don't know. I'm so.
You
Hold on,
literally
I'm sorry,
just
I have to
flip flopped
answer my
3
phone. I
times.
can't. I'm sorry. Hello, Mom. Oh, okay. The dog's on fire.
Oh no.
No.
Nick, we all know the dog's dead.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
man.
true.
6:15 is when the movie starts.
6:15.
Good to know. Let's move on to the next story. Actually, we didn't even read that first story. Here's the quote. Quote, the thing is, I don't know about this, but listen, Daniel Craig is a very inspiring actor, and I had some contact, and the thing is, I'm busy right now doing Dune, but I will say, to have the privilege to work with him, it would be a dream. I would love to work with Daniel and Bond movie for me would be a treat. It's a matter of timing, I guess. So at some point, he's still open to it.
Imagine being that wanted in Hollywood. That's so cool.
That's great. He's a great director. He makes great stuff.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen now with Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he's going places.
Yeah.
He knocked Thor out of the fucking stratosphere.
Fucking out of the stratosphere.
So good.
He's gonna go. This next story comes from IO9. What the hell? Did I
What?
screw this up?
What?
I think you did.
I did. Here we go. Sorry. One more. Can you click into go down?
Oh, so
Go
this
down.
is another.
Right there. Well,
An
look
update
into
on
that.
the story.
This is an update on the Marvel potentially buying some properties from 21st Century Fox back, i.e. X-Men, and the properties that actually make money for them. It appears the deal had stalled, but now it's kind of still on, people are saying. This morning, CNBC David Farber, who first broke the news, said that while the discussion has definitely slowed down, quote, it does appear, at the very least, that they have not abandoned the idea of the combination. Though we often hear about details like this rather suddenly when they're nearing the home stretch are more or less, god damn, this fucking story just keeps popping down.
Yeah, the fucking
I hate
page
that.
keeps
It just
moving.
keeps, IO9, Jesus Christ, get your shit together. When we're near the home stretch, Marvel buying a substantial chunk of 21st Century and the television assets is something that understandably would take time and extensive negotiations to hash out. So it does seem like there is hope for potentially X-Men to come back to the MCU. We'll see. That's best case scenario for me. Worst case scenario is they just keep making television shows that I'm not going to watch based on mutants that I don't care about.
Nobody does.
It's Wolverine or bust.
How do you feel about that horror movie?
Oh, the new one,
The
the
New
New
Mutants?
Mutants? I'll see it.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Is it a horror movie?
It looks
Yeah.
like a horror movie.
It's supposed to be like a really spooky movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain?
It's this movie coming out called The New Mutants, and it's going to be about like an X-Men sort of thing. Yeah, where did that noise come from? But it's going to be spooky and scary and like a horror movie, kind of like, Friday the 13th or The Room.
And it's mutant related?
Yeah,
It is.
I don't know about this, guys.
Well, you should check it out. He's not even paying attention.
he's not. He's fucking working on
soundboard.
his
Next
computer.
story. Not much of a story, just a teaser image for Deadpool 2. I fucking love the people that make this movie, that are making this movie. This makes me happy.
The old lady, the blind lady.
They got the
down there.
blind lady. They got. I think that's the cab driver. That's the.
Yeah, it's the cab
funny
driver.
That's TJ Miller's there, not tanking his career by leaving Silicon Valley. And of course, Josh Brolin, Jack Brolin, as I'm calling him.
We have
Look at him there.
11s.
I like
on the
that
left.
Josh Brolin's so jacked that not only does he have the bicep vein, he also has a forearm vein, which I guess is a thing that you can get.
It looks like somebody just crinkled up skin down his, like they pinched skin all the way down his arm.
I want to say this to you in all honesty. When you touch me, things happen. So just play that where it lies, you know?
Speaking
Okay.
of
Take
sexual
that down the
harassment,
Fairview.
Fairway.
The Ford Fairlane.
Okay.
There it is.
This next story my dad just texted me about.
Did he? Well, this is our deep dive topic for today. We're gonna talk on this a little bit. We're gonna dive deep into this and see what's down there.
Dive deep into the fucking sewage.
The Purge. No, we're calling it the Cleanse. The Cleanse continues. Of course, news broke yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day prior? Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That Louis C.K. Has a bit of an issue, which is a very delicate way of saying that. With exposing himself and masturbating in front of people that don't want that. As a general safety tip for everyone out there.
Don't pull your dick out and jerk off in front of people.
Do not masturbate in front of people unless they ask for it. It's an important safety tip. Turns out, people don't like that. People don't
Yeah.
like when you just start, you whip out your pud and start beating that thing. So just don't do it. Don't do it.
Getting your quill wet over there, you fucking creeps.
But this news story broke. A lot of women were speaking out that they had similar experiences with Louis C.K. Two comedians, of course, were talking about being on a comedy festival with him. He invited them up to his room, and then as the door closed, they were just there, and for no reason, he was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and masturbate in front of you now," and they were like, "This is weird as fuck." So
They thought he was joking, apparently. He was like, can I show you my dick? And
Right.
they were like, what? Like, and then he did it.
And he
It's
did it.
like, dude, come on.
So
What are you doing? Fucking idiot.
They reached out for comment yesterday, and then today Louis C.K. has broken the silence. And he has given us a quote and a statement on this. The story is from Entertainment Weekly. Reads, Louis C.K. broke his silence on the sexual misconduct allegations made against him by 5 women with a lengthy statement Friday. Below is a statement to EW that he requested to be posted in its entirety. Quote, I wanted to address the stories told to the New York Times by 5 women named Abby, Rebecca, Dana, Julia, who felt, that's 4 women, who felt
You're gonna
able to not name themselves, and one other who did not. Got it. Thank you. These stories are true. At the time, I said to myself that what I did was okay because I never showed a woman my dick without asking first, which is also true. But what I learned later in life, too late, is that when you have power over another person, asking them to look at your dick isn't a question. It's a predicament for them. The power I had over these women is that they admired me, and I wielded that power irresponsibly. I have been remorseful of my actions. and I've tried to learn from them and run from them. Now I'm aware of the extent of the impact of my actions. I learned yesterday that the extent to which I left these women who admired me feel badly about themselves and cautious around other men who who would never put them in that position. I took advantage of the fact that I was widely admired in their community, which disabled them from sharing their stories and brought hardship to them when they tried because people who looked up to me didn't want to hear it. I didn't think that I was doing anything of that because my position allowed me not to think about it. There is nothing about this that I forgive myself for. No, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, got that. Sorry, this reads a little weird. And I have to reconcile it with who I am, which is nothing compared to the task I left them with. Jesus Christ, sorry, this is silly. You needed to proofread this just a skosh. Sorry, Louis. I'll keep reading this. I wish that I had reacted to their admiration of me by being a good example to them as a man and give them some guidance as a comedian, including because I admire their work. The hardest regret to live with is that you've done to hurt someone else.
Is what you've done
to hurt someone else. And I can hardly wrap my head around this. Why don't you read the rest of this? Fuck. The scope of hurt I brought on them. I'd be remiss to exclude the hurt that I've brought on people who I work with and have worked with, whose professionals and personal lives have been impacted by all of this, including projects currently in production, the cast and crew of Better Things, Baskets, The Cops, One Mississippi, and I Love You, Daddy. I deeply regret that this has brought negative attention to my manager, Dave Becky, who also tried to mediate a situation that I've caused. I brought anguish and hardship to the people at FX who have given me so much, The Orchard, who took a chance on my movie, and every other entity that has been a bet on me throughout the years. I brought pain to my family, my friends, and my children and their mother. I've spent my long and lucky career trying and saying things I want. I will now step back and take a long time to listen. Thanks for reading. So I encourage all of you to go over to Entertainment Weekly and read that because I misread most of that quote.
It's so like.
But here's what happens: is I start reading and I start wanting to, like, when I read stuff, it's hard for me to also pay attention to what's happening. So in this one, I'm like, I want to actually read and take in these words, and then I just start tripping myself
I'm trying not to overlook like the severity and the awfulness of this whole thing. But God, I was trying so hard not to laugh while you were reading.
Look, there's two things happening here. One, there's a legit statement that went out. Two, I can't read. Okay, we know this. You guys have watched this morning show enough times.
Somebody in the comments said, learn how to fucking read, Jesus Christ.
It is hard. It is hard. It's been a long week.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. Andy, what's your take on this?
I mean, it's fucking terrible, obviously. Like, not only because Louis C.K. is somebody that I loved as a comedian. I think he was one of my favorite comedians. And apparently one of his deleted scenes in his stand-up was like, you've got two choices. Watch me jerk off, or you can watch me jerk off, or we kill this kid. Like, it was like one of those jokes that he said that was like deleted. I don't know if this is true, but it was on, somebody said it on Twitter.
If it's not true.
Well, they said that it was like a deleted scene from a stand-up thing or whatever. It's awful, man, and I feel really sorry for the women that he affected. It's just shitty, dude. Like, what's that? Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, my question is, like, with a guy like Louis C.K., right? You look at this and you look at the things that he's done, and I wonder, because all of these stories are breaking, I wonder if there's a way back from this for him. I wonder if this is going to completely kill his career, or if, because this seems like a pretty genuine statement, if there in time people can forgive and he can learn something about himself and we can progress. I just don't know. Like, at a certain point, these guys' careers are over. Like, Kevin Spacey's career is pretty much over. I don't think anyone's going to touch him with a 10-foot pole. Brett Ratner probably is not going to work again. Harvey Weinstein might be in jail probably in the next 6 months to a year. We'll see, because they're trying to bring up charges on him. I don't know. I wonder how many people will be able to actually like learn and progress forward and come back to the community, because you can't.
I don't think he will, only because I think that a lot of people who were his peers now want nothing to do with him. Not, like, he may have been their friend, but I think that now they're just like, fuck, working with this guy might affect my career. I don't want to get anywhere near this.
But there's a weird thing. The different. What's up, Kev?
I have just a serious question that, like, I was too young, I think, when this all happened for me to, like, ask questions about stuff. But, like, how is it that everyone was just like, oh, man, Michael Jackson is getting sued by a whole bunch of kids?
Oh,
like, how did that
talking about how come Michael Jackson didn't go down?
Because he died, like, about to have, a big-ass tour, right?
Oh yeah. There
He's
was,
about to have
It was
the
like,
This is
so
it,
how
or
is
whatever
it
was.
that like someone like? I mean, it's pretty
Power.
clear what happened.
It's the same.
with
It's the
Michael
exact
Jackson,
same
right?
situation, right? Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, very powerful, the number one selling artist of all time, and people protected him because they have a lot of money to be made off of him, right? When
But
you
I
have a
mean,
bunch of people around you that are making millions of dollars because of you, and you like to
But it was
invite
out
Corey
in the
Feldman over to
news.
your house to hang out, you're like, fuck, we gotta look the other way.
But
right?
it was out in the news.
It was. He settled though. He would just settle with people.
But
And
like
everyone
we
was just
saw
like-
that, like we all knew he was settling, and we're like, well, that's right. Like,
But I think you're
No,
discrediting.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think
get
you're
it.
discrediting how good Thriller was.
all right, like, but that's really funny. And
That was a
all,
joke,
but, like, no,
obviously.
I know, but like
No, that was
that
the
is
big thing.
joke.
Like,
That is
no,
the
but like when
joke.
I was growing up,
Yeah.
I asked myself that same question because
Yeah.
I looked at him and I was like, this guy is a clearly unbalanced human being,
Yeah,
right?
there's a lot wrong with him.
And you're hearing all these stories, and you think to yourself, some
Sleepovers
of
with
it's
kids and
yeah,
stuff.
he'd have sleepovers with a bunch of kids. You're like, that is not something that an adult male should do.
Right.
Why are people allowing this to happen? That was always the question asked. Always the question asked. But the fact of the matter is, no one did shit about it because the culture, as we're seeing here, sheltered people from that. Right? It propped these guys up and quashed all of that. And so I think obviously the last 2 months, or last month rather, has been very eye-opening as a watershed moment for sure. Where you're seeing, I think you're honestly going to start seeing the culture change. Hopefully, like you're not allowed to be just a complete fucking monster anymore when you're in a position of power.
Well, I mean,
The thing with Louis
the
C.K.
guy in
though,
the White House is still there.
yes,
And
but
there have been
I
17
think,
allegations against him.
I think
Yeah, but like, you know.
that is I think all of this is tied together, right? Those two aren't intrinsically like. They're not mutually exclusive. I think a large portion of the country is looking at that and going, "God damn it, how did we let that happen?" And now we're hypersensitive to that, and and it's giving people, hopefully, at least a little courage to speak out against it, right? That's what we're looking at.
I don't know. I like we're rightfully crucifying these people, and fucking.
Well, we'll see.
Trump's still hanging out.
Well, so that's a separate story. But with Louis C.K., I do wonder, right? And I don't like. Kevin Spacey's an actor. Louis C.K. is a comedian. As a comedian, part of what you do is you take all of those fucked up parts of your brain and you put them out on stage for people, right? And you do it via comedy. And so I wonder if he can come back from this. I wonder if there's a way back for him that's cathartic for people, and that's cathartic for his audience, and cathartic for these women that have suffered at his hand, and he can somehow make a positive thing out of that and make better comedy out of that. I just don't know.
I mean,
I mean, but do you think there's a way back for Kevin Spacey?
No.
No.
Once you diddle underage boys, I think that.
But then, you know. Michael
I mean,
Jackson-
there's a severity difference, right? I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
And Michael Jackson's
one's
boys
better
were
or
much
worse than the
younger.
other, but exposing your genitalia to someone
Mm-hmm.
and raping an underage boy, those are, to me, there's a little bit of a gap
But
between.
Kevin Spacey, he didn't rape anyone, right?
Well, there's
As far
other
as-
there are
there's
tons of
other
others-
stories that come out of
There's
him
not
just being
only that story.
completely
There are-
inappropriate.
But none that are rape.
Fair point.
Yeah,
I haven't
you know
heard,
what I mean?
right,
Like, let's
but
not push it further than. And I'm not trying
forcing
to
himself
defend,
on PAs, forcing himself on people, like
grabbing people inappropriately.
yeah, I don't know, like, you know, obviously, like, this, we're mincing words here.
It seems like it's Hollywood's dark secret about Kevin Spacey. Like there's a show on Hulu Plus starring that Billy Eichner guy, Billy on the Street, and there's a supercut that's like 3 minutes long of all these jokes that they make about Kevin Spacey, and jokes about like, him with kids, and there's like all these jokes about him, and it finally sort of resurfaced that somebody did the supercut of like all these Kevin Spacey jokes, because I feel like it's known,
Well,
and
no,
just
but-
nobody wants to.
No, the first thing
Nobody
I mean,
wanted to, at
The first thing that
least.
broke about Kevin Spacey was when we were talking to the actor from Discovery, right?
Yeah.
Star Trek Discovery.
Right.
And when he was 14 years old and Kevin Spacey was 26 years old. Now there's allegations coming out of him, just misconduct across the board with 18-year-old PAs, things like that. And so people are saying we're getting some things wrong. Obviously, look these stories up. We're shooting from the cuff here, or shooting from the hip here rather. But yeah, I don't know. I just wonder, like, there has to be a space for some of these people to learn, right? And this is the one thing that, as this goes, because this is not the last of these stories that we're going to hear from, right? The floodgates are open. If you've been a horrible human being in Hollywood for a while, your time will come. But my question is, as a society, are we ever going to hit a point where we go, okay, well, this guy clearly, like, we actually believe this person believes he did something wrong. Can he heal? Can he go to therapy? Can we bring him back into the community? Can we learn from this? Or are these just these are going to be the guys that are the sacrificial lambs. Boom, they're done. And then, because my thought process is if we can't figure out a way to progress and learn from these mistakes, there might be a whole group of people that get just cut down. But then as more and more of this happens, then it just becomes noise, you know? Like if we're not learning anything from it, does the term sexual harassment or whatever start losing its momentum? Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a weird area to talk about because more celebrities going to be outed, right, about this stuff. There's going to be more and more peer pressure for people who have been violated and been assaulted to come out and talk about this sort of stuff.
Peer pressure the right word for that?
There's
gonna be more support, I'd say.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'd feel like people are going to feel like, I guess, they'd have more confidence to want to talk about it. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's a weird thing to talk about, dude. It's
one DVS bastard says, I don't see why Nick is defending CK. It's not right either way. I'm not defending Louis CK in any way, shape, or form. I want people to be clear about that. Like, what he did was completely inappropriate, and yeah. So let's just get that off. Let's get that on the table right now. I'm not defending him. I'm saying how knowing that when guys do shit like this, they're not inherently evil human beings. They're fucked up. They need help. He needs to go to therapy. He needs to go and talk to someone. But my question becomes like, if we don't see that side of the process, how are people like? I think that's an important part of the story to tell, right? How does he fix this in himself, or do we just write these people off forever and that's it? You know, I don't know.
I think certainly people in his community will write him off. I
have to imagine so.
I think people who were friends with him.
Right now he's toxic. Right now he's radioactive.
I think people who were friends with him were also friends with people that he may have violated. And to them, that's like, you attacked one of my friends, you attacked one of my peers, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not wanted here, sort of thing. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, either way. What are you gonna do? Jesus, guys. People in the chat are making dick jokes. Let's go into some tips.
Let's read them tips.
Let's read them sweet tips. Ignacio Rojas has given us our first tip for today. It says, so Disney just announced to make a new Star Wars show for their streaming service. Who cares about that? The bigger news is they're also making a High School Musical show. Thoughts, Nick?
What?
Really?
I didn't know that.
You know, I've never seen High School Musical. It's one of those things that I've wanted to watch. I've queued up, and I'm like, I can't pull the trigger on this.
Why not, man?
I don't know. Maybe because I know I'm going to love it so much that I'm just not ready for that. To let that into my life, you know? A young Zac Efron.
I think it's time.
A young Vanessa Hudgenson.
That's not her name. Hudgins.
Hudgenson. Look
I
it up on
Google
ESPN.
it.
Next tip.
Look it up on ESPN.
Batman Dan 6 says, hey guys, Nick, how do you feel about Danny Elfman using the 89 Batman theme in Justice League? Hudgens. I liked Batman's theme in Batman vs. Superman. I think it feels out of place in Justice League, and he gave us a clip. I think it'll probably
She's really
be
short.
Yeah. I think it'll probably be out of place, but I'm super excited to hear it again because I love that theme and it's the best theme ever written. That's my thought on that. Tommy T has given us a tip. It says, my girlfriend thinks that John Lithgow in Daddy's Home 2 poster looks like an old Greg. So in honor of its release, I did some photoshopping. Be sure to look at all 3 pics.
Oh boy.
I hope one of these pics ends just terribly, but I'm going to pull this up. Kevin, can we pull this up?
Yeah, I'm on it.
See them ratings for the movie?
Is it great?
No.
It's abysmal.
Oh, wow. He does
It's
look
got
like
like
Greg
a
in this.
0.
Let me see. Okay.
So this
wow.
is the Greg.
Yeah, that's really
Wow.
weird.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
Keep going. Keep going.
Hold on.
Keep scrolling. There it is. That's the winner right there. That is beautiful. Kevin, please save that image. That's going to be my new everything. That's my new everything.
That is horrifying. Look at Porty in the bag.
There you go. I'm saving it too. Why not?
So don't save it.
You don't have to save it. I saved it already. I have the Daddy's Home 2 JPEG here. What are the ratings of that? Let's go over to Rotten Tomatoes and figure that out.
Oh, God. They're not good.
They're literally
Brace
0
yourself.
yesterday.
What are you talking about? It's at a 16%. That's great. The thing is,
16.
Let's see what Dirty Grandpa's at, or Bad Grandpa. Which one was it? Bad
Dirty.
Grandpa. Dirty.
Dirty Grandpa, yeah.
We always fuck that up.
It's
We
dirty.
never know the
we
right.
know now.
That's at 11%. So go fuck yourself.
11.
Dirty Grandpa's so much better than that. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's
I can't-
hilarious.
No,
No,
I
not
haven't.
you. I know you've seen it, Nicholas.
Let's see what's out this week. Oh, Murder on the Orient Express comes out this weekend. 3 billboards outside. I don't know what the fuck that. Oh, yeah, that's that one. Mayhem.
Damn, it's only
Mayhem.
60% Murder on the Orient Express. I could have sworn that was going to be like a
Wait,
fucking...
it's
You know
60?
why? It would have
Oh,
been
60?
100%
That's
if
not
it weren't for
bad.
fucking Johnny Depp.
No, but here's the bad thing
Johnny Depp
about it.
ruins everything.
60% means that like 60% think it's worth seeing, but not like
That's not bad.
it could.
That's not bad.
The audience score is 63%. I don't
Yeah,
know what that
that's
means.
what I'm saying. Like, the average rating is 3.5 out of 5. So 60% of people recommend seeing it, but that could also mean that they thought it was like a 7 or a 6 out of 10.
But that could also mean that 60% thought it was 100%.
No, because we see the audience score right there.
Nah, but the audience score is the same thing, isn't it?
Nah. The average rating, 6.2 out of 10.
I'm still down.
That's
to
a failing
watch it.
score in school. If you get a 6.2 out of 10, you're getting detention. You're
Hey,
getting
you're
grounded.
getting held
no
back.
no Go-Gurt for you, Kevin.
I never had Go-Gurt.
No
in my household.
Go-Gurt.
Go-Gurt's great.
No pizza. No after-school pizza. No hanging out with your friends. No Contra. You know?
Oh.
No, she can take my Go-Gurt, she can't touch my
The
bathroom.
game Contra, I think my maid would always say Contra.
You had a maid?
Yeah.
Fucking rich kid. Arden.
You mean
rich
housekeeper?
Kid. Artery42
Like a
says, just paying my
Housekeeper,
birthday
yeah.
tax
She
for
would
the
like
first time.
babysit me and stuff.
So you
Can
got
I
a
get a
babysitter.
Geostorm podcast butthole? You guys
Okay.
rock. Geostorm podcast butthole. Butthole wheel spin.
Yeah.
I like that tweet that someone put out the other day. It was like, it was all 280 characters.
Oh, that was me.
By the way, the 280
I wrote
character
that.
limit,
Not
terrible.
good. Yeah, terrible.
Terrible. Terrible, Twitter. Stop it.
It's bad?
Yes.
And now people have
Most people have nothing to say, and now they have more space in which to say nothing.
50 characters for the title in their name. Did you see this?
Oh, fuck. Go fuck
50
yourself.
characters.
The thing about Twitter that was always so addicting to me was that you could scroll and feel like you were doing something because you'd see 8 tweets per scroll. Well, on my phone, 2 tweets per scroll. And now it's a fucking paragraph of information. I might as well be reading Facebook. What the hell? I don't care what you had for dinner.
So Andy had a
You
live-in
can't tell me what you had for dinner in
housekeeper.
140 characters. Go fuck yourself.
I did have a live-in housekeeper. She was like one of my mom's friends, sort of thing.
Jesus, rich kid. What are you, Richie Rich? You have a fucking limo too that a fucking ape drove
dude.
you around in?
No, dude.
Do you have an ape
We live
chauffeur?
next to the local HEB where like one of my friends at
Hey,
the
we
time,
don't
his
party in
parents
the
were shot.
HEB.
Wait, she just lived in? She lived in?
Yeah.
In the HEV.
It was like
we
my
don't
mom's
play.
friend or something.
What's the song?
RGV.
We
She
don't
hiding
play in
from
the
someone?
HEV.
Huh?
Was she like hiding from someone?
No. Was she legal? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So she was.
But we
hiding
had a
from
lot of
someone.
like
She
family
was hiding
friends
from
who
the
were
government.
like not
Come
legal.
through?
She was hiding for ICE.
But my buddy who lived 2 houses down, his parents got shot in a drive-through, in a drive-by,
Like,
drive-by
Did they
shooting.
survive?
Yeah, they survived, but it was like fucking crazy. Like 2 houses down, like my dad heard the gunshots. Was like, what the fuck?
You know, we're gonna have to speak with your parents. I think their priorities are a little out of whack here. They gotta live in May. They're paying her $1 million a year. They're living in the RGB. Tony the accountant says, longtime viewer, first time tipper. Love everyone at Kind of Funny. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the countless hours of entertainment. Hoping to meet the team at Portillo's in December. Cool. Yeah, for PSX. That's happening. I think I forgot to mention that, but if you guys want right now, the PSX community events schedule is up on the Kind of Funny Facebook group, Reddit, and forums. So there's going to be a Portillo's meet and greet up on Sunday. Kind of Funny community Christmas party Monday at Polite Provisions. That's in San Diego, and you got to wear Christmas sweaters, white elephant gifts, all that jazz. I won't be there, so sorry. You don't get me.
You're a fucking quitter, dude.
You're a fucking quitter. You know who's not a quitter? Our community. And if you want to not quit on someone and you want to be the opposite of that, you go to PS I Love This Best Friend XOXO.
good segue.
kindoffunny.com/bestfriend, and you can nominate someone that you think is just an awesome human being, just like Alexander Gates did for Robert Adams. Alexander says, I recently beat Horizon Zero Dawn, and I remember that Andy had beaten it somewhat recently as well. I had originally skipped his impressions to avoid spoilers. However, after finishing the game, I wanted to hear what he thought of it, but I couldn't remember what show it was on or how old the episode was. Even though I didn't expect to get an answer, I posted it on Facebook group asking if anyone happened to know. Robert wasn't sure either, and he still went out of his way to find the episode and give me the
What
time
a
code.
fucking homie, dude.
It may not seem like a big deal, but he absolutely didn't have to do that, and yet he did anyway. Robert, you're the man.
Robert, you are the man, Robert Adams.
Good job, everyone.
Everyone's being friends, dude.
Good job. Good job. Kevin,
Yeah.
it looks like we have yet again not chosen the giveaway person. Could you find someone for us to give this
Are
game
you
away?
sure?
No, we did. Joey said she did.
Yeah,
Well,
Joey
it's
said she
certainly
did.
not in the document.
Oh. She
So-
put it in Slack, I think.
Okay, well,
Can you check Slack?
Or at least she put on Slack that she did.
yeah, she certainly said that
Let's
she
let's
did.
get to the bottom of this right now.
Call her.
Should we call Joey?
Yeah, P.S. I love you. This best friend giveaway codes are in the doc for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Read that last part.
Okay, Kevin. Find that person's name, and let's put it in there right now. Of course, you guys know each and every day we give away a game here on the Kind of Funny Morning Show. There's 4 ways you can be entered to win. 1, you can be in the Twitch chat live with us like so many of you are right now. 2, you can be a subscriber. How do you become a subscriber? Well, we're going into A and B. A, you can give us your hard-earned money, or B, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. You have to re-up that every month, but if you do, we love you, and I might call you a cool name, like the Chosen Few, or the Golden Children, or Star Child.
Star Children.
Star Child, because you're one child. Just like Jedi. Child is the plural for child. 3, you can support us at the $2 above level on patreon.com/kindoffunny, or for patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, $2 you get entered into the giveaway, but you also get all the cool perks of the $1 above level, which has been awesome. You get early access to Party Mode, you get early access to some of our other shows. It's just a raging good time. It's the kind of good time that you wake up the next day and feel like, maybe I've changed myself, like I've done something that changed me fundamentally.
I posted this in the Facebook group, but the next 2 episodes.
How much does
Party
Cool
Mode,
Greg look like Tim right now?
Not a whole lot.
Tilt your head like that again.
Oh, maybe.
It looks a lot like Tim. Isn't that wild?
The next 2 episodes of Party Mode going live on Wednesday. Nidhogg 2, followed by GTA Online, followed by Arena Gods. Laughing out loud funny while editing it. It's a fucking blast. I couldn't believe I don't remember having that much fun while we played him. I knew it was fun, but watching it afterwards, I was like, oh my god, those are some of the best games. Like the most fun of us talking shit to each other and having a blast and close wins, close victories.
I haven't been as fucking stressed out in my life as I was when we were playing Nidhogg. I hate that game.
It's so funny, dude.
It's designed to stress you out. Like when you're running and you don't know where your character is and you just keep stabbing me in the fucking face.
It's Greg and Tim, and then it's you and I fighting. And when you and I were fighting, there's a part where you can hear Kevin in the background laughing, and it sounds like he's about to die. Mm-hmm. He's just like, like he sounds like he's about to die.
That's always Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a winner. Today's giveaway winner is winning Slayway Camp on PS4. It comes from the Twitch chat. Congratulations to Potcaster.
Podcaster. You won the game.
Now, I know it's great.
Podcaster.
You must feel really good, Podcaster.
You're not lame.
To win something, because unlike Andy, you're probably not super wealthy. You probably live in the real world, the rest of us. And so you probably appreciate not earning things, as opposed to Andy, who I guess grew up. I guess the fucking show Silver Spoons was based off of his life. Like he had a cool train that went through his house that he could ride, and he had a maid that would wash his fucking feet.
No, that's none of that's
Is that
true.
how it worked?
None of that is true. No.
You know what is true? We're gonna go into the 3 right now.
Our where I grew up, we didn't really have a babysitting service, so my parents had
Who
to.
has babysitting services?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like,
what world
not
do you
a
live
thing.
in, bro?
No,
you know
I'm
what my
saying
babysitter was? The TV and a box of
I'm
cheese.
saying we didn't
You know
have
who
one.
And that box of cheese
you know
taught me
whose
whenever I
Greg's
wanted to.
babysitter was? My mom.
Well, that's why she was like a family friend.
No, that was her job.
Well, this woman's job was to take care of me.
Did they make her wear like a maid outfit?
No.
Did she bring you, like when you guys all sat on the table, did you like, when she would put something on your plate, did you intentionally knock it off just to be a shithead?
No, I'm talking like during summer vacation, where my parents were both working hard for their family to keep food on the table.
Wait, you didn't have to work during summer?
I was like 8 years old.
The Joe Ninja
dude,
says,
this
what kind of
fucking guy."
reality are you from, Andy? Jesus, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were Andy the 1%er over here. I didn't realize that.
Holy shit.
I'm not.
Andy's a 1%er.
Andy, what does silver spoons taste like?
Yeah, what do they taste like, Andy?
Are they good?
This is so dumb. This is so dumb.
You leaned into it, though. That's the problem.
My parents weren't. Our area was so poor, we didn't have a place we could drop your kids off for like summer school and shit like that.
Not the
not
last
a
at
thing.
work says Andy was a lazy ass 8-year-old.
There was
Confirmed.
no summer camp.
Confirmed.
That's not a thing, Andy. What the hell summer? In fact, yesterday you said you went to summer camp.
Yeah, you did.
It was
you
like
said
it was
that's
like
where you
vacation Bible school is what it
You would
was.
pick up the chicks.
It was vacation Bible school.
Let's table this joke until Monday, because I definitely want someone to remind me that we're gonna keep going on this one.
We'll forget. We're done.
No, I'll remember on Monday because Andy will say something and I'll be like, fucking typical 1%er thing to say.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
Andy comes in, he's like, guys, I'm so mad I scratched the rim of my Bentley. So I just bought another Bentley.
Lakers head asked, did your nanny throw chanclas at you? No.
That's not a real man, then.
D Danger 10 says, Nick, did you see the early reactions to Justice League? Yeah, I saw an article saying that reviews are out and they're mixed. Some people are saying it's good, but it's got a lot of flaws. Does this come as any surprise to anyone? That's my question. I don't. What?
Oh, never mind. I was wondering how far up you were. In
Oh,
the
I
chat.
pause it when I see something I like,
okay.
and then I'll come down. Avenger status says Silver Spoon Andy. I think that's probably a good one to keep going with. So let's remember that. Everyone, please write these down, and I will ask you for all of these choice ones on Monday, and please let me know.
Stark My Ball says Andy's parents were drug lords. No, but interesting fact.
No.
2 houses down from
You're
mine.
just adding to it.
The
You're
place
just
that
adding to it right
I
now.
moved into when I was in high school, the house that my parents ended up getting, 2 or 3 houses down. I think I was living in Austin, and my parents like, oh, that house 2 houses down from us. There was like a fucking raid. Like apparently the FBI had been monitoring it for months or some shit like that, and they raided it, and there was like $2 million in the attic or some shit like that. It's so crazy. It's scary.
It pisses you off because you're like, I could have just snuck into that attic and stole a little money for that raid. No one ever known.
Yeah, I would have paid for like 20% of my college
That'd
with
been
that
great.
with all that money.
20%, huh?
20 million? What
Jesus,
rich
what fucking college did you go to? Did you go to Oxford?
Art Institute. I'm still paying for it, motherfuckers. I'll be paying for it till the day I die.
That was worth it because these shirts are dope.
I remember the lady, one of the ladies for federal loan, she was like,
laughing at
well,
you.
luckily, she was like, well, these loans will end when you hit 50. Because of this thing that Obama sort of put in where like when you turn 50, all the loans are taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, hopefully I'm dead before then. And she was like, oh, don't say that, sir. And I felt really bad. She's just doing her job.
Sure.
The Joe Ninja has corrected me and said, Nick, it's the Jew Ninja. The Jew Ninja, but it's spelled J-O-O. I didn't want to be presumptuous. I don't know. I'm not trying to be fucking bigoted or racist today, okay? Like if you want to be the Joe Ninja, cool. If you want to be the Jew
Oh,
Ninja,
I didn't
cool.
even see that. I read that as J-Con Ninja.
Where do you see J-Con?
Like
Ninja? Where do
the
you-
second O, I thought it was a C.
Oh,
Just
I
from
see.
my view right here.
Well, it's because we don't see, we don't see religious beliefs or color.
Yeah,
here.
you're right.
Yep.
Yep. We'll take a couple more questions, then we'll go into sub-only mode from you guys. Someone who was it, X-Twisted Hunter X says, dang it, Nick is back. That sounds like a backhanded compliment, sir, but I'll take it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Laker Shed 2432 said, he said my name right. Good for you, man. It's your world, Lakers. See that fade away?
Dude,
Yeah.
Fucking
goosenecking,
goosenecking
dude.
fading away, bro. Fading away, bro.
You have to shoot like this, like Lonzo Ball. He shoots from the side.
D. Ratcher17 says, Nick, when are you getting the belt back? Soon. That belt is mine. Everyone knows it. I was robbed. That's
cute.
Let's go into...
The Hot Boy says, Andy, do you like the Mars Volta? I only listened to that one album of theirs, Delau's in the Combtorium.
Oh, Yasmin 300 said, Nick,
I
you
loved
haven't
it.
read my cheer. I apologize about that, guys. I did not
Read
queue
the
up a cheers
fucking
yet.
cheer, for God's sakes, dude.
I'm sorry, master. Jesus. Yes.
Why is it 700 cheers?
I think that's how...
'Cause
What,
that
that
equals
equals
$5.
$5?
I thought 500 equaled $5.
No one really knows.
Apparently not.
We
Wait,
don't
are we
Joey
sure
looked
about
into this. Joey looked into this.
Yeah, but she also, you know what I mean?
Joey's always drunk on the job, though. That's true.
God, you drink so much.
I saw another photo of her last night at trivia.
Yeah.
Like, how many questions should she have like actually gotten right?
Was there a trivia question that was how many drinks has Joey Noel had tonight?
I'm sure there was.
Because it would have been, you know what the options would have been? 10, 15, don't stop stopping me.
Or
you
like
know?
2 ... too many.
Yeah.
You know?
Do.
Oh no,
Until I'm out
that's
all.
not even the joke. The joke is 1 ... too many.
Yeah,
Like
there,
one
that's
too
better.
many,
That's
you know?
funny, but I thought it was
Yeah.
good too. Chris Hauge has given us some cheers and says, is this how this works? Who knows? I love the show. Bloody marvelous.
Oh, yeah. So 500 bits is $5. Everybody in chat is saying.
Well, then I'll fix it on the document. Everyone's an asshole,
See?
except for me.
Everyone is an asshole except for you.
There you go. You can earn bits by doing all sorts of
but you
weird
know what? It's
fucking
because
things.
bits are like Bitcoin and they're dropping. So we're asking for more in order to equal
There you
out.
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Yasman has given us some 500 cheers and says, Nick, have you heard that CBS is rebooting Twilight Zone? The good news is Jordan Peele is producing it. The bad news is it'll be on CBS All Access. Then I won't watch it. Here's my thing about this. 2 shows are coming. One show's coming back and one show that I'm into I want to talk about real quick. 1, X-Files coming back 2018. Stoked on that. Fox, I will watch you. 2, yeah.
X-Files?
Yeah.
That show sucked, didn't it? The remake?
Sorry, let me just wipe off this.
The reboot sucked, right?
Fucking backhand you fucking 1%er. Yeah, the reboot wasn't good, but I'm excited for it nonetheless because we'll see what they can do with it. They did a reboot, but I think it was only like 3 episodes, right?
Yeah, wasn't the reboot on like?
It wasn't a reboot. It was just a continuation.
I thought they did like a whole season of it.
They brought old Duchovny back. They brought Gillian Anderson back. They brought back old
Duchovny in addition to young Duchovny.
Well, they did that, but what was weird is I was like, wait, they had a
episodes.
fucking kid? Like, did I not watch the last 4 seasons of X-Files?
No, there was a movie.
Oh, was that when they had a kid?
And something else after the movie. Was there 2
was
movies?
2 movies.
2 movies?
I think there might have been 3 movies, actually.
Ugh.
One was called I Want to Believe, the other one was called I Want to Not Be Old. Who the fuck knows? That's good. Here's my message to you, CBS All Access, is that I want to watch Star Trek Discovery. Okay, I do, but you put that behind the CBS All Access paywall, and it's just a bridge too far. It's one too many things that I had to subscribe to. So you know what I've done instead? I've started watching The Orville, which is a total and complete ripoff, of course, they unabashedly so, of Star Trek, but it's funny, and it's actually a well-made show. So now I'm all in on The Orville. Seth MacFarlane, if you're watching this, I'm on your side, brother. Let's do this. You want me in a uniform at some point? I'm yours. I'll fly to LA tomorrow to do it.
I don't think he's watching.
He's probably watching, right?
I don't think he's watching.
Fun fact, he has a lot of friends, and they're all in the show. The first few episodes I've watched, Charlize Theron's in one, Rob Lowe's in one. There's a couple other notable actors I can't remember that are in them. It's great.
Here's what I kind of think.
Your hand smells good.
You smell good, right?
Your hand smells... It smells rich, man. It smells like you're using that real expensive soap where it's like $40 a square. It's like
It's the
40,
soap
80,
here.
120.
Oh,
It's a
shit.
soap here.
Andy, you
40,
still living that
80,
rich life?
120, 160.
Andy,
Yesterday I opened my
And then
bank
someone,
account.
you just open a drawer, there's this person in there that just like quaffs you with some really expensive perfume.
Andy,
Had a
Yesterday,
roommate-
this is not a joke. I got 2 Venmo requests from my roommate Alyssa, and I looked at my bank account. I was like, "Oh my god, when? How did that happen?"
Yeah, that happens to me every month. Every month I look and I'm like,
And so I was like, pulling from the savings.
because I just don't pay attention sometimes, and every month I'll be like, I'll hand the person at Starbucks my debit
Yeah.
card, and they'll just hand it back to me and be like, no, you have to give me a different
'cause
card.
in my
I'm
head, I was like,
shit.
surely I have this amount. And I was like, oh god.
It creeps up on you.
I'm
hurt
really
me.
happy you have savings.
It
though.
physically, huh?
I'm really happy you have savings.
I mean, savings.
Right.
Like, you know, cool, Greg, savings.
For me, yeah,
you
for
know?
me, because I'm married largely, the savings has become like, Kevin, you know how they have those like, they've got the main water thing and then they've got the spillover that they keep. Mine's like a spillover, but it's only this deep. So my savings is like, a lot of people say, hey, it's a cushion for you. Like if things fall down, it'll catch you. Mine's like a tightrope. So maybe I can grab onto it, or maybe it's just gonna snap my back and I'm gonna fall off of it and fucking fall onto the ground.
I just got a very confusing DM.
Wait, there's one more cheer. iKid Squid has given us 500 cheers. He just gave us a bunch of robots that are smiling. So I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. That's it for cheers.
I just got a very confusing DM.
Yeah.
From one Elise Willems. She says, "What the hell is it that you call yourselves? The smorgasbords?" And I was like,
Elise
Doppler
so
gang.
my initial thought is this DM, was it meant for me? Because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. So
Yeah.
I replied, the Doppler gang? And then I said, smorgasbord kind of sounds like boy orgy. I was like, boy orgy? And she just replied with a big LOL. So I'm assuming it was boy orgy.
Yeah, it's probably it.
Smorgasbords, boy orgy, kind of, there's a lot of the same
We have a lot of
sounds
great
there.
products that we do here on Kind of Funny.
Yeah, man.
What's disconcerting about this is that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how the history went. All of us, me, you, Elise, coming up together. Nobody knew who we were.
Nobody, dude.
We start the Geostorm podcast, also known as Stormwatch. Also, we call it Twister sometimes.
Twister.
It gets huge.
Huge.
Elise decides to leave the group, go down, marry someone, some fucking asshole in LA, start Funhouse,
He's a real cool
and then
guy.
it blows up. And then it blows up, right?
His name is James.
She can't even pay us the courtesy of remembering what we used to call ourselves. The old Doppler gang, when we used to just go out there and have
The
fun.
old Doppler gang. Back in our young
Back in our
days,
prime.
just walking around the halls of high school.
Elise, if you're watching, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. But if you're standing next to Seth MacFarlane, tell him I'll totally guest on the Orville, because I love that show. Love it. I want to be a blue alien that squirts all over the place. Just like Rob Lowe. I want to be Rob Lowe's brother with a beard.
Is he in the show?
Rob Lowe's in the show. He's fucking hilarious.
Whoa.
Seth MacFarlane gets all these huge actors to just guest on the show.
I never told you my thought because you smelled my hand and we went on a total weird
Well,
tangent.
your hand smells great. It smells like wealth.
I feel like Seth MacFarlane has a big old crush on Charlize Theron.
He does.
Because he casts her in everything.
Wouldn't you?
I mean,
She's
yeah.
the perfect human being.
But I feel like he's courting her, you know?
Yeah, probably. But she's cool. She's down to do these cool projects. It's awesome that Charlize Theron is down to do an episode of a Fox television show. She was in fucking Mad Max Fury Road, for Christ's sake. She won an Academy Award, I think. Or at least was nominated for Monster.
Other ones, Arrested Development?
She's great.
Oh, right. Yeah. He wasn't Arrested
That
Development.
kind of makes more sense, though, because Arrested Development was cool. This is just a weird...
She was a mentally retarded woman.
She was, yeah.
In Arrested Development?
Yeah, she was like, she thought she was a kid.
Hot.
Remember?
No, she was actually mentally
Kevin Spacey
retarded.
hot? I don't know.
No,
Are we allowed to make fun? Are we allowed to make Kevin Spacey jokes yet?
No.
No.
Well, no, I mean, no, we are.
Because we can make Louis C.K. jokes, right? Like,
Yeah, we can make fun of them for
like
being
later
weirdos.
when Andy rounds the corner, and I'm just like, you know,
No.
is that going to be okay?
No.
No?
And you can be like, yeah, like just like
Hey, man,
Louis
I
C.K.
asked, right?
Just like Louis
I want to be
CK.
like Louis C.K.
Hey, man, I asked, right?
Yeah.
God, that's fucking terrible.
The problem is Kevin said one time that it was okay, so now we just think that that's carte
Never
blanche.
said it was okay
He just
for
opened his
him,
door to
Oh,
super
this
low
Kevin. I
closet.
think you meant Kevin Spacey.
No, Kevin Spacey, I don't know very well. I've never met the man. But I do wonder
Neither
that.
have
I do wonder, I question why when people
Killed
are
him
on the
in-
top
in-
of their world,
I
why they
killed him in
also
Call
have
of
to be
Duty.
on top of small kids. I don't get that. I'll never understand that. Let's take a couple more questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or just Andy bashing from the chat in our
Andy bashing. Andy
sub-only
bashing.
mode. We've gone into sub-only mode for you, the chosen few out there who have chosen to subscribe to us. We love you. You are the golden children. You are collectively the one, and not like in a Michael Jackson's the one way. You guys are all cool people who aren't having sleepovers with children. Wow, there are a lot of fucked up things that have happened that you start thinking about. You start looking back in the 80s.
The conductor, Alex Aziz, asks, Andy, thoughts on the whole LaMelo Ball situation?
What does that mean?
LaMelo Ball's a basketball player. He was in China recently.
We are out of time for sports.
He was in
Ladies and
China
gentlemen,
and he
this
was
has been the
caught
kind of funny one.
shoplifting.
Shoplifting in China? Why the
Yeah.
fuck? What kind of psychopath shoplifts in China, man? They don't have laws
It
over
was
there.
it was him and his dudes.
They're just gonna throw you in a fucking Chinese
Yeah,
jail for
so
the rest of your
apparently
life.
it's like, oh well, he might get
Nick.
3 to 10 years, and it's kind of crazy.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I never understood that. There was the whole Winona Ryder shoplifting shit. That's another compulsion that people have where it's like, I gotta steal stuff. Kind of like when Cool Greg sees a blank wall, he's just like, God damn, that shit needs some
He
color on
fights
it.
it, though.
He
He
does
fights
fight
it.
it. He's fighting it. But sometimes I see it in his eyes. He had 2-3 beers. He's like, I lost today. He puts Batman on the wall. He's like, I am the knight. Cool Greg. Cool Greg came to an open mic that I did last night. And I don't even bother offering him rides anymore. I just kind of go, I do the thing that Gordon does, where I start talking to him and I intentionally look away.
And then you
when I
turn
look
back
back,
around,
he's
he's
gone.
gone, and you just kind of go.
I'm like, shucks, Batman got me again.
yeah, you do your little nod or whatever.
Yeah, shout out to Robin and Yusuf for coming out to my open mic last night. I feel bad I didn't actually go up because I was too tired and it was going to take 2 more hours for me to wait. So I was like, I gotta go home.
Took a good old nap. I'll tell you what.
Did you?
Yeah, I got home.
I should have.
I
should have
home-
put my name on the list, gone and slept in my car for 4 hours, or done a workout and then come back. I'm
Here's
gonna
my,
start doing that.
here's my plan. I got home and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the guys to get home from work.
Yeah.
Bert and Sean, and maybe Danny, whoever wants to join. Fred Sully. I was like, I'm gonna go get some volcano curry when they get home. And they got home. No, nobody got home because I was like, fuck, it's trivia night. Nobody's gonna be getting home until very, very late.
Trivia night.
So I took a nap.
Trivia night.
Trivia night. Trivia night. Trivia night.
Butthole.
And I slept from like 6:30 to 9 p.m. and I felt so good.
That's great.
And I woke up and I was like, I'm in the zone. Everybody,
zone.
then everybody was awake. Let's go to BK. Let's give me some chicken fries.
King's?
Yeah, chicken fries. Came back home, kept editing the GTA.
Oh, I
Party
can't
mode.
wait for that one. Man, I dropped the ball so badly. In
You
one of those
did. You were
races.
really shitty at
I
it.
just ate shit.
Yeah. You were really shitty at
A
it.
lot of people were saying that I could, Andy, if you're cool with that, I could be the chair that Andy sits in and win for Kind of Funny Games Daily.
No.
So if you need a human being to actually be your furniture because you're so fucking rich, that'd be cool.
I think I'm good. Oh, I thought that was like a sex joke.
It could
I don't.
be
It
either
could be
one.
both actually. Good. Shout out to
one.
Ann Wynn. Good for you. Nick, you could also brush your hair with Andy's hair. No. Nick, you could brush your hair with Andy's hair? Question mark. It looks that stiff. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about now. We've gone
Because his
past
hair
the
is
joke.
up and it's...
Whatever.
standing
Can we end
out.
the show? I gotta pee real bad, man.
Just go pee. Do it in your seat.
Zyger says chicken fries hype. Yeah, seriously.
All right.
No, I don't have a tie for today's show, so fuck off, everybody who wants a tie. Should we do a party mode for Battlefront 2? Maybe.
Oh, that would be fun. We could do that. I want to play that game.
Maybe.
I want to play the
We do
single
that,
player
like, as soon
campaign
as
on that
possible.
bad boy.
Sugar Pine 7 or Boy Orgy?
That's Battlefront
Boy
2.
Orgy, no doubt.
No doubt.
110%.
100%.
We don't have any songs written. Although, I'm about 50% done writing this Thanksgiving theme song. I think it's
Can
gonna
we
be
hear
a
some
hit.
of it?
Nah. I got that real good, feel good stuff. That song fucking sucks. It's a country song. Let's end the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Kind of Funny Morning Show for November 10th, Friday. We love you. We'll be back on Monday.
Bye.